Okay, so I've had a lot of people ask me, the Harley Davidson Ultra Limited, is it too heavy to ride around town? Is it just a touring bike? Well, I wasn't sure at first because I only ever owned sports bikes, and now I've got 2 kids. I figured if I buy a sports bike, I can't help myself, I'm a bit of an idiot, I'll neck myself. If it can do 0 to 100 in 2.5 seconds, I'll do it. If it can jump up on the back wheel, I'll do it. It's one thing saying I won't. I'm older and more mature now at 45, but that's bullshit. I am for about 5 minutes. So hence I thought I'm going to buy the Ultra Limited. It's good for the kids, nice and comfy on the back for the kids, obviously. Big seat, a bit safer, a bit harder for them to fall out of it than it is on bikes without the big seat on the back. But yeah, I first jumped on it. I hadn't ridden for probably 14-15 years, coming off a GSX R1000, and I went and test rode this. Sat on it, I thought, Jesus, what is that? That is way too heavy. A bit intimidated, so I decided to take it for a test ride. Took off, got into second gear, and I was like, wow, feels like I'm sitting on my favourite couch listening to my favourite songs while riding a motorbike. I'm going, this is pretty cool. Then I got to my first red light, put my feet down, stopped. I thought, oh no, it's too heavy. Then I started moving again, jumped onto the freeway. I thought, oh yeah, this is pretty good. I can see why people like touring on them. So I was umming and ahhing between the Ultra Limited and a New Heritage Softail. Took the Softail for a ride. It just felt so small. It just felt like a, I don't know, a pretend Harley. Look, it's not. I love the bike, so don't get shitty with me. It just felt so small. I'd get off and look at it, and I just think that is tiny. So I know I could get a backrest for the back for the kids. It just, I didn't overly enjoy it. And look at this clown. Come on, mate, move over if you want. You can come. No, alright, don't. Fucking idiot. Oops, language. Yeah, so I don't know, I jumped back on the Limited, rode that, and I thought, you know what, it is heavy, but like anything, time on it, you get used to it. So I put the deposit down and ordered one. I've had it now for almost 12 months, done just over 8,000 kilometers, and all these people that say they're a good touring bike but they're no good around town, I don't know what you're talking about. Once you're used to it, I lane split. You know, I can do pretty much everything on this that my mates on their sports bikes do. I can't obviously keep up with them from 0 to 100 or 0 to 200 for that matter. Red light, buddy, good job. I'm not as fast through the twisties as them, but hey, I got more comfort. I've got music. I've got quite a lot of things that sports bikes don't have, and ultimately I get out in the wind. I was going to get the detachable kit initially. That's what I thought I'd buy once I bought this bike. Thought, oh yeah, that'll make it a bit lighter, you know, it'll look a bit better, this, that, the other. I think in Australia we're looking at $1,100, $1,200 plus fitting to get the detachable kit for it, which is bloody ridiculous. I thought, yeah, one day I'll still get it for sure. But you know what? I love having the pack on the back. I've nearly always got something in it. Got a spare helmet in there. You know, normally if I'm wearing my open face, I'll keep the full face in there in case it starts raining. Vice versa. If if I've got the full face on, I'll keep the open face in there. But you know, you can stop in, pick up groceries, do what you want pretty much. Somewhere to lock things up. Keep jackets in there, rain gear. Not that I have any rain gear, I just get wet. Does it make it harder to handle? I don't think so. And the bonus is, if I jump on a sports bike now, geez, I can ride. It's like I'm on a toy. It's like I'm riding a BMX or something. I can throw it around like there's no tomorrow. So, you know, you first get on, oh, it's heavy, it's cumbersome, it's no good for around town. Bullshit. I can get through as much traffic as anyone else, you know, but I've got other advantages. So it's pretty good on fuel. I get about 350 to 400 really on a tank, depending on how I ride it. Most of the time I'm getting around, I don't know, 320, 350, but if I go out on the highway, 400 kilometers is easy. Oh look, I just love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Is there still a part of me who sits there and goes, oh, I want a sports bike? Yep, there is. I'd love a Hayabusa or something sitting in the garage for the occasional, you know, fly by the twisties. But to be honest, I enjoy trying to get the pegs down on this and scrape the boards. It's very different riding style to what I'm used to. I'm used to being hunched over rather than sitting upright. Much better for your back, but I found it a little bit hard going through the twisties at first because I'm used to getting my ass off the side and knee down and whatever. And on this, you know, I almost feel like I have to sit upright. I don't get my ass over, get my body weight over. So it's just trying to adapt and see how it works for you. But yeah, there's no way would I say these things aren't too heavy or too big to ride around town. I love it. I'm not even going to get the detachable backrest. One, because I think it's way too much money. But two, you know, I don't think I'll use it, and I don't think it'll make much difference to the handling. Correct me if I'm wrong, for those of you out there who've got one. But ultimately, yeah, I love it. You can lane split. It's got plenty of power to get through the traffic. You can have some fun. You can blow away some of the road bikes out there. Not your leader bikes and your 600 sport bikes, but you know, some of them you can give a little bit of a run to and surprise them a little bit. So pretty enjoyable. I love it. If anyone thinks they're too big, trust me, they're not. If you go on a test ride, you'll probably think, oh, I don't want to lug that thing around, it's too heavy, it's only good if I'm touring. I thought the same. I bought it anyway. Now I don't feel the weight. The only time you feel the weight is when you're parking it. You know, just be smart where you park, and you got to love cruise control. Gotta love it. So yeah, I'm on the way to work right now. Thought I'll do a quick vid on the way to work, but couldn't recommend one highly enough. Have I had any issues with it? I did have the oil transfer from the gearbox into the primary. Harley put the vent kit in under warranty, obviously. I've had no oil transfer since, but we'll see what happens. I've got a 5-year warranty with it, so I'm not too concerned. Roadworks, gotta love that. But all in all, I'm glad I went for the Ultra Limited over the Softail. Once again, personal preference, more because of obviously children on the back, but also it feels like I'm on a big bike. The Heritage just felt a little bit small for my liking. It was a bit quicker because it was lighter, but telling myself it's not all about speed anymore. And this has got enough to keep you interested, have a bit of fun with it. So that being said, when I get the opportunity, I'll pull over and end this, because I've rambled on enough without saying a whole lot. But yeah, by all means, if you're interested, get one. Don't worry about the detachable pack. A couple of Ks on the bike and you don't feel the weight of it at all. So having said that, everyone stay safe, especially in this day and age with COVID-19 out and about. And keep the shiny side up. And get yourselves in plenty of trouble. Have fun doing it. I shall see you again shortly.